Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs2Bs from Gundam Reviews.net, and going back to First Gundam, the main ship's team, I'm talking about Amuro Ray and the gun tank and the gun cannon. Those kind of teams are a lot of fun to put together, and we've seen it both in the first generation of Gundam Age, with Largan and Wolf and Flit in the Age 1, and then that carried on to the second generation with a mature Wolf leading out the Wolf team, with the two Adels in Diva colors, and of course Asim painted up in his proper Gundam colors there. But anyway, there was always one thing that was missing from this high-grade collection, and that is Obright Lorain and his Genoace II, and it seems like the Genoace sort of became the mainstay, or one of the main grunts for the Earth Federation, based off the Genoace I. We've seen the Adels, which are the next generation of the grunt suits, and they were piloted there. You can see them in Diva colors. They came out in two different kits, but Bandai did not release a high grade of this one, which meant that I had to take matters into my own hands and try to get them to match up as best I could. Now going into this, I had the choice with the Genoace II being the logical one because all you have to do is repaint that, but then again the Genoace Custom, which was Wolf's first generation suit, is the identical pretty much in every way to the Genoace II except for the armaments. Wolf is going to have a few custom weapons and it's going to come with a paint gun, which is a bit of a bonus. But me being lazy, instead of taking this one and properly undercoating it to try to get this done up right, if you just take the white base here of the Genoace Custom, and you're also going to be getting the little bonus of some extra wolf seals, which you can throw on wherever you want, in memoriam. Now for me this is new because instead of just doing a straight color swap like I've done with all the other previous paint jobs, but I'm glad that I've got a guide here in the form of the Adel Diva colors, because if you crack that open, you're going to be getting a color guide down there, and if you take a look at the all-important color here, what they're going to be saying is Indie Blue 45%, White 40%, and Purple 15%. So run a little bit of math, grab yourself some measurers there so that you can get the right proportions, at least measure it out. And I know that you probably shouldn't mix brands here, but I've got the Mr. Color Purple there, Mr. Color Indie Blue, Bright Blue in English there, the Gaia White, and I'm hoping that when you add this, this, and this, and then you mix it all up there, that it's going to turn out something like that. And for a close-up look, it seems to have turned out all right. One of the other things you're going to have to be aware of is if you go with the custom, you're going to be getting Wolf's old gun with the big bayonet there, as opposed to the Dod's gun that you should be getting with the Genoace II. But anyway, I'll just have one of them using a beam saber in one of these. Plus, we've seen this in the hands of lots of other EFF kits, so you may have an extra one sticking around. But overall, I have to say that this nice Diva color, this blue, is going to work pretty well with the white, and it looks even better with the face shield on here, and it only makes me want the new one, the Genoace O Custom, all the more. But the ultimate question for me was just going to be how would that paint mix work out, and anyway, I was using different brands, and anyway, getting three things in the right proportions. But anyway, Bandai, I have to say thank you very much, because the instructions you included in that manual paid off. I'd say that these things are really, really similar, 90%. In different lights, they are going to look that this one is going to be a little bit lighter, I think, just because it was painted on the white. If I had gone for some gray undercoat or something like that, it probably would have just cleaned it up a little bit. But overall, it's similar enough to these Diva colors that it's going to make it look like a pretty nice team of three. Here he is next to the base model and a young White Wolf before he took over command of the team. The big difference, I suppose, is that on the back of this one, he's going to have that very famous mark on the back of his shield, which I haven't put on this one. It may just have to go somewhere else, I suppose. And here he is next to the regular Genoace II, and of course, he can just borrow that Dod's gun, as long as this regular grunt, who is just going to be cannon fodder in the background of most episodes, doesn't mind. If you saw my review of the Genoace II, one of my biggest complaints is that because this was based off the Genoace Custom, the mold is identical, and basically that one's all white, so that means this front part of the face is all just one piece. So what they did with this salmon color here, since all the Genoae should have these yellow or the white parts underneath, same with the Adels, is that they just gave you a sticker, but because it's got some bending parts on there, it's going to look pretty terrible overall. But one of the slight bonuses of going through painting this one up, though, is that it was easy to tape off with nice straight lines there, and I'm actually impressed with the way the chin looks compared to the seal on the regular retail one. And since we've moved on to the third generation, the EFF have got even more grunt suits. The clanches are looking pretty fantastic based off the Age 2, but it's cool to see Kyo out there with a new team, even though we've already had a trader on board the Diva again. and I wonder if we'll ever be getting a high grade of a Genoace O custom to go out there and add to this team. And it would be really cool if they added in the parts so that you can just go back and sort of add on these old school shoulders, because it's really just the shoulders and the head, I believe. Perhaps the backpack and I suppose the weapons that would need to be changed. And if they did that in an all-in-one kit, I think that would make a lot of fans happy. It's just a question of whether Obright in these colors is a big enough draw, I suppose. And if the Vegans can run around Super Sentai Power Ranger style, I suppose the Diva's crew can do it as well, even though it is going to be breaking the Skullman's rules for how you assign the colors. But anyway, it's a lot better to have another blue one over here beside Wolf instead of this pink one. Although again, it doesn't break that, or it doesn't meet the Power Rangers theme, but this is a great team to send out there, and I wonder if there was anything that would cause Wolf to ever want to change his colors in the future. Anyway, everybody, it was a lot of fun to do this, to add to those few kits that I've been painting up here from Age. It really wasn't difficult thanks to the painting on the white. Mixing up the colors worked well because Bandai did that, and a little bit of measuring and just using those right tools can make life a lot easier kind of thing. But if you have any tips or suggestions or any comments or ideas for repaints from Age, why don't you let me know? I'd love to hear from them. And now watch. This will come out as an online exclusive, I'm sure, the day after I post this video. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching and looking forward to getting a proper one in the form of the O Custom in the future. And there it is, my last shot of the second generation. They were a fun team. Let's see if Kyo can keep pulling it off and have an equally cool team for the third. See ya.